The tale is one of allure, deception, and the perilous dance between trust and betrayal. It unfolds with the lives of two young British women, Charlotte Maylee and Bellamy Culley, whose destinies were irrevocably altered by a series of seemingly innocuous decisions. Their story is a somber reminder of the shadows lurking behind the promise of adventure and the thrill of the unknown. Charlotte Maylee, a 21-year-old with a wanderlust spirit, was no stranger to the skies. Her tenure as a cabin crew member for the airline TUI had her traversing the vast expanse of Europe and beyond. Friends spoke of her as an ambitious soul, one who basked in the independence found in new cities and the warmth of the sun between her flights. After leaving the airline, she channeled her focus into becoming a lash technician, catering to clients in Surrey while dreaming of her next odyssey. In April of the year 2025, Charlotte embarked on a journey to Thailand, a trip gifted by her elder sister who traveled from Australia to share in her celebrations. The allure of Thailand was not just in its vibrant culture and scenic beauty, but in the whispers of opportunity. Upon her return to the United Kingdom, Charlotte expressed a desire to return, not merely for leisure, but with aspirations of employment. Friends recall her mentioning a British gentleman residing abroad, an enigmatic figure who could not return to the UK. The rendezvous was to take place again in the bustling streets of Bangkok. True to her word, Charlotte returned to the Thai capital within weeks. On that fateful day, the 12th of May, she boarded a flight from Suvarnabhumi Airport to Colombo, Sri Lanka, her journey seemingly routine. Yet, upon her arrival at Bandaranaike International Airport, her luggage became the focus of scrutiny. Customs officials discovered a staggering 46 kilograms of a potent synthetic cannabis known as Kush, meticulously vacuum-sealed and expertly concealed. The illicit cargo held a street value surpassing £1.2 million, marking it as the most significant seizure of its kind at the airport. Charlotte was promptly detained, her protests of ignorance falling upon skeptical ears. She recounted how the bags had been packed the previous night, left unattended in a hotel room while she ventured out, suggesting that unseen hands had altered their contents. Her pleas, however, did little to sway the authorities, and she found herself ensnared in the harsh realities of a foreign legal system, facing the grim prospects of decades, if not a lifetime, behind bars. Meanwhile, Bellamy Culley's parallel narrative unfolded with haunting similarity, her arrest in Georgia echoing the same claims of obliviousness to the illicit cargo she ferried. Both women, ensnared by the web of deceit spun by an unseen puppeteer, became cautionary tales of the dangers lurking in the shadows of trust misplaced. The saga of Charlotte and Bellamy is not merely a recounting of events, but a profound reflection on the fragility of innocence and the perilous allure of the unknown. It serves as a stark reminder that in a world where adventure beckons with open arms, one must tread with vigilance, for the line between trust and treachery is often perilously thin. In the shadowy corridors of international justice, a tale unfolds, its strands weaving through continents and cultures. The story begins with the somber backdrop of an ongoing investigation, a labyrinthine process whose end remains shrouded in uncertainty. Prosecutors, holding the reins of justice, have yet to declare when a full trial will commence. In Sri Lanka, the law permits up to a year of pre-trial detention in cases of severe narcotics offenses, illustrating the gravity with which such matters are treated. Against this backdrop, a young woman named Bella May Culley emerges from the mist of anonymity. Only 18, she had recently stepped out of the familiar embrace of Billingham, County Durham in the United Kingdom. In April 2025, with the world at her feet and wanderlust in her heart, she embarked on a journey across the diverse landscapes of Southeast Asia. Her social media, a digital diary of her adventures, painted an idyllic picture: crystalline waters, vibrant local cuisines, and serene boat rides in the Philippines. Her journey, a tapestry of sunlit escapes and youthful exploration, seemed to embody the quintessential gap year experience. Yet the serenity of her travels was abruptly shattered. Her last known location in the Philippines was the idyllic El Nido, from where she journeyed to Thailand, arriving on the 3rd of May. But by the 10th, a chilling silence descended. Her once consistent contact with family ceased. Messages went unanswered, and her phone slipped into the ominous void of disconnection. Bella's mother, Leanne Kennedy, raised a public alarm, her voice echoing with urgency as she revealed that Bella had vanished, missing a scheduled call and leaving no trace. The mystery deepened with Bella's sudden reappearance, not in Thailand but nearly 4,000 miles away in Georgia. She had traversed continents, flying from Bangkok with a stopover in Sharjah, arriving in Tbilisi on the 11th of May. It was here, at Tbilisi International Airport, that her journey took a dramatic turn. Georgian customs officials, in a routine search, discovered an alarming cache within her luggage: 14 kilograms of narcotics, split between 12 kilograms of marijuana and 2 kilograms of hashish. The drugs, hermetically sealed and meticulously packed, carried a street value estimated at £200,000. The authorities alleged that Bella was attempting to smuggle these drugs into the country, leading to her immediate arrest and transfer to the custody of Georgia's Central Criminal Police Department. In the courtroom, Bella's silence spoke volumes. Her initial representation came from Aya Todua, a state-appointed lawyer who described her as bewildered, overwhelmed, and visibly distressed. Todua relayed Bella's claim of pregnancy, a fact later confirmed by her legal team. The complexities of her situation soon prompted her family to secure private counsel. Marques Salakaya, a Georgian lawyer with expertise in juvenile law, took over, emphasizing Bella's proximity to childhood and her apparent geographical disorientation. Mariam Kublasvili, a luminary in Georgian defense law, also joined the defense team, extending her support. The familial bond stretched across borders as Bella's father, residing in Vietnam, and her aunt flew to Georgia seeking proximity in a time of crisis. Yet their efforts to visit her have so far been thwarted. Bella remains in remand, formally charged, yet awaiting her day in court. The investigation continues, a relentless pursuit of truth amidst a web of international intrigue. Elsewhere, the synthetic whisper of Kush, a potent form of cannabis, echoes through the corridors of clandestine trade. This synthetic variant found within Bella's possession is a testament to the global spread of illicit substances, a shadowy market that transcends borders and defies regulation. As the legal process unfurls, the story of Bellamy Culley serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of innocence in a world fraught with peril. It raises profound questions about the intersection of youth, vulnerability, and the unforgiving machinery of international law. In this intricate dance of justice, the truth remains elusive, a beacon flickering in the distance, obscured by the complexities of human experience and the inexorable passage of time. The Guldani prison in Tbilisi, Georgia, a facility notorious for its severe conditions and strict regulations. The prison is often cited in reports for its overcrowding and inadequate sanitation, where the air is thick with the scent of dampness and decay. Inmates are crammed into cells with minimal ventilation, and the facilities are woefully under-equipped to handle the basic needs of. Itsos is a luxury, and the daily routine is a constant battle for survival. The journey of these two women began in Bangkok, a city now heavily scrutinized by international law enforcement agencies. The bustling metropolis, once known for its vibrant culture and lively streets, has become a focal point in the global cannabis trade. Since Thailand's decriminalization of cannabis in 2022, the city has transformed into a pivotal node in the complex web of drug trafficking routes. The relaxed laws have inadvertently provided an avenue for traffickers to exploit, leading to an increase in illegal exports under the guise of legal operations. The cannabis trade, particularly the Kush strain, is FRD of cannabis and dangerous chemicals. These additives, often used in industrial processes such as embalming or cleaning, are introduced to increase the drug's weight and potency. The result is a substance far removed from the natural plant, posing significant health risks to users. This adulteration is a testament to the lengths traffickers will go to maximize profit, often at the expense of human life. The packaging methods discovered in both Sri Lanka and Georgia reflect a level of sophistication indicative of organized crime. The drugs, meticulously vacuum-sealed and tightly compressed, were designed for international transport, suggesting a network that spans continents. These operations are not the work of small-time dealers, but are orchestrated by entities with the resources and connections to move large quantities undetected. Both Bellamy, Culley, and Charlotte find themselves caught in this intricate and dangerous web. Their stories highlight the human cost of the drug trade, where individuals become pawns in a larger game played by unseen hands. As they await their fate in some of the world's most notorious prisons, they embody the harsh realities faced by many who are ensnared in the global narcotics industry. The tale of Kush and the trafficking routes it navigates is a microcosm of the broader challenges faced by societies worldwide. It is a stark reminder of the persistent and evolving nature of the drug trade, where innovation in criminal enterprise continually tests the resolve and capabilities of international law enforcement. As nations grapple with decriminalization and its unintended consequences, in the shadows of the global stage, beneath the surface of legality and justice, lies a complex tapestry woven from desperation, greed, and survival. It is here, in the hidden corridors of power and the forgotten cells of overburdened prisons, that the true cost of the drug trade is measured, not in currency, but in human lives. In the shadow of the ancient city of Tbilisi, nestled within the rugged landscapes of Georgia, lies Women's Penitentiary No. 5, a relic from the Soviet era. This institution stands not only as Georgia's sole women's correctional facility, but also as a symbol of the country's complex and often troubled relationship with justice and human rights. The walls of this prison echo with stories of hardship and resilience, where conditions have long been a source of international concern. In 2006, a report by Human Rights Watch cast a glaring spotlight on the degrading conditions within these walls. The report painted a grim picture of overcrowding, insufficient nutrition, and a stark lack of opportunities for exercise, hygiene, and education. Detainees have recounted harrowing tales of confinement, where weeks could pass without a glimpse of sunlight. The specter of physical mistreatment at the hands of guards casts a long shadow over the institution, raising alarms among human rights advocates. Among those ensnared in this formidable system is a young woman named Bella, whose plight underscores the deep-seated issues within the Georgian penal system. Bella has claimed to be pregnant, yet formal medical examinations have remained elusive. Her pleas for essential health care, including basic medical checks, have reportedly fallen on deaf ears. The bureaucracy of the prison system has further strained her communication with family, delaying visits and leaving her isolated from the outside world. Currently, Bella, alongside another young woman, Charlotte Maylee, finds herself awaiting trial. The labyrinthine legal systems they have entered are notorious not only for their lengthy sentences, but also for the harsh treatment of those in pretrial detention. Here, the question of guilt or innocence often takes a backseat to the immediate concern of survival in a harsh environment. Neither Bella nor Charlotte has alleged they were coerced or physically forced into their current predicament. Yet both women have consistently maintained their ignorance of the contents in their Lug Highland, places renowned for their warmth, affordability, and allure to backpackers. It is here that they reportedly encountered British men, acquaintances, or newfound friends, individuals they were led to trust. Charlotte has alluded to a British man she was romantically involved with, claiming to know who placed the illicit substances in her belongings. Despite her claims, no arrests have been made and authorities remain tight-lipped about the ongoing investigation. Bella, on the other hand, had informed her family of a meeting with a man named Russ or Ross, who purportedly worked overseas for his father's enterprise. Her journey took her from the Philippines to Thailand, culminating unexpectedly in Georgia. The possibility of a connection between Bella and Charlotte remains unconfirmed, yet investigators in both countries are probing whether they are pawns in a broader trafficking network. This insidious system appears to prey on the vulnerable and unsuspecting, rather than targeting seasoned criminals. In Bella's case, social media posts prior to her arrest depicted her flaunting substantial amounts of cash and jesting about a Bonnie and Clyde lifestyle. Similarly, Charlotte's online presence suggested a life of luxury, travel, and independence. Behind these curated images, however, law enforcement suspects the machinations of professional traffickers, employing romance, friendship, or financial incentives to transform unwitting travelers into unsuspecting couriers, not through force but through calculated manipulation. As the legal proceedings unfold, the potential sentences loom ominously, threatening to stretch across years, if not decades, should either woman be convicted. Yet, beyond the cold calculus of legal statutes and penalties, their stories compel us to reflect on the vulnerabilities of the human condition, the thin line between innocence and culpability, and the profound impact of trust misplaced in a world fraught with deception. In the intricate tapestry of global travel, a disturbing trend emerges, weaving tales of adventure into a web of peril. Two young Britons embarking on separate journeys from Bangkok find themselves ensnared in the unforgiving grip of international drug charges, a narrative that speaks not of coincidence but of a burgeoning pattern. The United Kingdom's National Crime Agency has sounded the alarm on the escalating number of young voyagers unwittingly becoming pawns in a sinister game, manipulated into acting as drug couriers. The architects of this deception do not seek out hardened criminals. They exploit the unsuspecting through the guise of friendship and favors. The initial contact is innocuous, a chance meeting in the vibrant alleys of hostels or the virtual spaces of social media and dating apps. By the time the facade crumbles, the baggage is already in transit, laden with illicit substances. This story transcends individual misfortune. It serves as a cautionary tale, a stark reminder that once entangled in such a snare, return to normalcy is a distant prospect. Charlotte Maylee, detained in the tropical confines of Sri Lanka, stands accused under the nation's stringent poison, opium, and dangerous drugs ordinance. This legal framework threatens a severe penalty of up to 25 years for trafficking offenses involving cannabis-type substances. Her journey through the labyrinthine legal system is fraught with uncertainty, as she faces the possibility of up to a year in pretrial detention. During this period, prosecutors diligently compile evidence, solidify charges, and deliberate on the path to trial. If convicted, her fate may lead her to the foreboding gates of Welakata Prison, a central maximum security fortress. In contrast, Bellamy Culley confronts a different legal landscape in Georgia. Charged with the importation of narcotics, she faces a daunting minimum sentence of 15 years, with the specter of life imprisonment looming. Georgian prosecutors have requested 55 days to complete their investigation, a period during which both young women remain ensnared in custody, their fate suspended in the balance of foreign legal systems. These cases, separated by thousands of miles yet bound by a common thread, underscore the precarious intersection of youthful wanderlust and the dark machinations of drug trafficking. The outcomes remain shrouded in uncertainty, a testament to the complex interplay of justice across diverse jurisdictions. In this unfolding narrative, we are reminded of the profound vulnerability of innocence in the face of exploitation, a stark reflection on the human condition and the intricate dance of fate and choice